I think it's important to say that, of course, your school has a responsibility to give you an education to help prepare you to go on to college, university, work, wherever you decide you want to go. But it's also really important, particularly as the students in the room get older, that you take responsibility for your education. One of the things I always say is, one of the best things about your education is that it's your education, and that you have the opportunity to make choices, make decisions to help steer how it's going to be. And so I know when I was getting ready to graduate from high school, I was conscious that my skills in math in particular, but also writing were low. And so I used to go to my teachers, and I had teachers that were really great where they would eat their lunch. I would go into their lunch hour, and they would help me with my math just so that I could score a bit higher on those placement exams. When I went to college. So I think it's important that if you say you want to be in college, if you say that's a goal for you, then take that goal seriously and do the work that you need to do to prepare yourself to get here. All right, next question. What advice? Oh, sure. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Actually, when I first came here to NGCU, I was having like problems writing English, right? Because actually I'm a second language student and my grammar is not that really good. And actually in high school, I was not actually I was learning and everything, but I didn't learn how to I could not know how to write a research paper. But when I came here to NGCU and I became a part of freshman tour, and I become a part of ESL, the ESL department we have here at NGCU, they have helped me a lot. I started knowing how to write really well.
Okay, very good. Next question is, and we've already heard some of this, but if this is another opportunity, what advice do you have for the LD students who are in the room that are currently in high school that are interested in going to college? Yes, sir.
Well, one of the first things I would have benefited from is if I knew my disability and my learning style. So one of the first things as an LD student is learn how you learn, the best way, and then build a nice study system around that. So when you're in college, it's a very simple transition, and you can get adjusted much quicker.
Right. Very good. Anybody else? Any other advice?
My advice for you to do is to go to your child study team, because if you go to your child study team, they will help you, because my child study team helped me get into college.
So don't be afraid of the child study team.
Don't be afraid.
I agree with Sheena, because without my school's help with the child study team, they could not have helped me look for a college that had the capabilities that MJCU gives people with IEPs and learning disabilities. So, I mean, she really helped me out and showed me the colleges here in New Jersey, not only here in New Jersey, but like Massachusetts, Connecticut, other states around the country that have the same the same levels that NJCU offers here. So yeah, go to your child study team.
Just to clarify, like different schools, the child study teams are going to be, some are great, some kind of need some help. But you guys were fortunate to have a child study team, and one of the things that I say is, you guys, we're a part of the team. The students are a part of that child study team, and to really be able to take advantage of them, you have to see them as a resource that you can go to. If you set a goal, and if that goal is college, then make sure you say to them, this is my long-term goal. So let's work together. You know what I mean, so that we can get to that goal. Okay. Anybody else? Yes.
I just want to say something. I want to say, guys, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of nothing. Do not let anybody get you down.
Right.
Because when I was a senior, so many people that had they used to be like, oh no, you'll never go to college, you'll never graduate, you'll never do that, you'll never do that. But actually, I didn't listen to. I just tried to ignore all of those people, and all you need to do just believe in yourself and think about it more rather than not listen to somebody and like kept saying to yourself like you're going to be able to do it. You're gonna do it and not listen to somebody.
Ignore the naysayers.
Yeah. And try to have confidence in yourself.
Absolutely. Confidence, I think, is the key to anybody being successful. You know, and you may hear a lot of discouraging things, or you may have heard a lot of discouraging things, and people kind of say that they don't even think that college is something that's possible. But that's that's a beautiful part about being here today, is that you can see a lot of folks who may have heard that, but are still able to go on and to be successful. Nicole, did you say something?
No. She answered it.
Okay. All right. The next question is, what have you learned about yourselves as students since coming here to New Jersey City University? Sure.
I learned to be more organized.
Very important.
Yeah, very organized. I have a to-do list every day. I write what homeworks I have, the assignments I have to do. And it's also important to be responsible. Those two factors have helped me throughout the whole semester. I mean, being responsible, going to class on time, and going to class regularly on a regular basis is very important, because if you miss one class, you miss a whole works. You may not think so, but you do. So it's very important and especially to stay organized, because if you have a list, especially, or a planner, it helps you remember things and be on top of things and manage your time well.
Very good, very good. Anybody else? What have you learned about yourselves? Yeah.
Well, when I went to high school, I knew about keeping organized and being on time and the responsibility that was required of me. But I never knew how much I could push myself, push the envelope. Because yeah, I have a learning disability, and yes, I have struggles and I need extra time on tests. But I realized coming here that I was given the opportunity of being in the honors program, and many people in high school, I tried getting into the program numerous times, but my spelling wasn't great. But I could verbalize myself well, and I was good in math, but they didn't want to see that. They wanted to see how I did on papers. When I came here, my freshman year, I worked really hard, and I spoke with different advisors and Project Mentor, and they advised me that it's a very involved program, but if you want it, you can try it. I ended up getting in the program and passing with flying colors in A's and B's. So, I mean, it was interesting to see how far I could push the envelope.
Very good. Anybody else learn anything about yourself as a student? Sure.
Well, I learned that I'm smarter than I thought I was.
Right. And what do you mean by that?
In high school, I would get A's and B's and get good grades, but I had almost pretty much a fear of going to college. You hear about long papers and you're in class for hours, but college it's not hard. It's just whatever you want to if you want to put your mind to something, you can do it. I have a learning disability, and some of you may have a learning disability, but if I could do it, you could do it. And I know right now that I'm going to graduate. I haven't graduated yet, but I know that nothing's going to get in my way of graduating. So, I mean, if I could do it, then you guys could do it too.
All right, very good. Yes, please.
Actually, all I want to say